What's going on, guys? So, this video is going to be on how to enter your trades when there's geopolitical tensions. So, this is the most recent event that happened with war, right? So, we had Ukraine has conducted the first airstrikes using missiles inside of Russia, making a significant escalation in the ongoing conflict between the two nations. So the problem is that when this headline came out, it happened over London session, right? So one thing that we have to know when it comes to these type of conflicts, we're not going to know the exact time, right? We're not going to know the exact time. We're not going to know when it's going to happen. But having a news feed, right, where even if you're not on the computer, when you get these headlines, the whole purpose is knowing what's gonna what's gonna happen in the markets, right? You want to know if geopolitical tensions happen, what is the first thing you see happening, right? So when it comes to me, when I see conflicts like this, the first thing that comes in my mind is risk off. So I'm expecting AUD NZD to get weaker, right? So the first thing is right here. You're expecting weakness in AUD, NZD, and CAD. I know that Ukraine impacts euro directly, so this is why I'm expecting euro to get weaker as well. I know NATO's involved, so I expect it to impact all the nations, even the pound. Safe havens. I'm expecting dollar, yen, and Swiss to gain strength, right? Just from these tensions. So that's the first thing that I'm expecting. I'm also expecting equities to push lower. So this is where I see the direction of the markets, the headlines happen, right? And I'm looking at gold and I want to see if gold gains strength. So when you first see escalations on any war tensions going on, you want to see that the markets first. You want to see if the markets is going to react to it. And that's exactly how you can see if the markets actually moving in a market fear reaction, right? Is reacting from risk off sentiment. This is causing a risk off market because I see these reactions are happening. When it comes to entering a trade, obviously the tensions could be anything direct, right? If it was the like right here, this was the candle pushing down on all these pairs, and the break of structure is the continuation. I would recommend waiting for breaks of structure with the volatility of the war conflict going on. Because if you look here at equities, you see that right before that break, that box, right? We're breaking support. It's still like an order block, but if it's a support, you're waiting for the breaks of structure. Once it breaks structure, it's very hard to wait for a candle closure because these are volatile. So you're expecting this to give you that initial reaction, and you're entering in the breaks of structure once you're confirming that the whole entire markets is moving in a risk off environment. Okay. Because once you can confirm that, this is what helps you be able to take advantage of these trades, right? You're waiting for the breaks of structure. So when we break support, right, that should be your entry. Like it could happen in a 15-minute, the 30-minute, the 5-minute. You're just looking for structure to break. That break of support is where your entry is going to be. And when you're going with a Pacific pair, if you're not choosing equities, you want to try a safe haven. You know that the dollar and the yen, right? So if you're trading GBP USD, you're going to be looking for sells because those pairs are going to be gaining strength. But look at market structure, right? It broke support. You get a break, and it wasn't just a candle closure. You could try, but it's in these type of environments when there's geopolitical tensions, there's a chance that you may miss it because the one candle could drop 30, 40, 50 pips. But if you enter at the break of structure and then you confirm that the yen currency is stronger, this is what helps you can get those continuations in your favor. But you just look at all the pairs. Look at GBP JPY, the first one to the left. You see that right here, it broke support. That your entries at a break of support. GBP USD is a totally different pair, right? USD, it broke support, This one gave you an actual candle closure where you could enter there as well, but you get the point. Euro JPY, we broke support. This continued lower. AUD JPY, we broke support and it continued lower. And this is the 5 minute. So you wait for that break of structure. And then you look at the currency chart to see if the yen is going to continue in your favor, right? So that's how I like to look for my entries. So when it comes to, oh, what about take profit, right? Go to the take profit video and show you take profit at those key areas where market structure hits. Because with geopolitical tensions, right, it's very quick because it's not impacting monetary policy, right? So this played out all through London session. And then when we hit New York, right, this is where we had the opposite because we see that Russia has signaled nuclear intentions, like we see that, but the US indicates it won't respond to Russia's nuclear moves, right? Doctrine moves. When we saw that headline, this is what happened because of the US not responding, showing the US not getting involved. This is where we saw the reversals happen, right? So this is idea, like this is what we look for, right? For geopolitical tensions. So we saw this headline. Now we have a reason for the markets not to continue to react as risk off because we see that the US is not getting involved. And these are US companies, US stocks, right? So if we would have saw escalations like, oh yeah, we're gonna approach this conflict, or if he'd have said anything that yeah, we about to do something about this would have continued to give us a risk off market. But now the fact that it's so volatile, this is how you identify a risk on market. We saw AUD, NZD, and CAD pushing up right away. Look at the pound, look at euro. Now look at the Swiss and look at JPY, right? We started seeing it push lower. So we're seeing an ideal risk on market right away. And then that's when we saw that gold was also pushing lower because geopolitical tensions was easing off. So that was literally ideal for opportunities to take trades. So you just do it again. When those situations happen where you see reversals, you could now, like you could look at AUD like for like any pair, but AUD JPY. This is why this continued to push higher. You see the yen pair is fully reversed, and then now we see these pairs pushing higher, and it's the same thing. You're just going to the lower time frame, and you're now looking for a break of resistance because when those headlines happen, you're just looking for the opposite because this is a risk sentiment pair. So whatever time, I believe it happened around this area here. So you're just waiting for look at these areas, right? You could see the order blocks, you could see market structure holding resistance, and then once you break that structure, and then you see that the markets is risk on, that's your entry. Once we start breaking above structure, right? You could wait for closures or you could wait for impulses, but you're waiting for a break of structure because now you could identify that this is going to reverse the markets. And that's exactly what it did. So you're looking for the same type of entries, but in the opposite direction now. And you want to continue to see if the markets is going to continue to go in that direction, right? Obviously. Same thing with GBP, JPY. You looking for that break of structure. And this is one of the trades I actually entered on because of that. And then you see a break of resistance. And then look, you see a nice order block right here that we talked about. And then you're looking to hold that trade higher until you have a reason to get out of it because these tensions move quickly. And then now the whole purpose is when we had geopolitical tensions, right? You're expecting the move to get recovered because like this upside happened because of the war. So now it's ideal to see the move recover. But even though that tensions is still going on, but this is just a video just to show you like from a recent time how you could have took advantage and entered these trades during geopolitical tensions.